hopefully this camera angle and audio is going to work. I've been wanting to do this video ever since I returned back from the WSOP. I'm headed to go meet up with some friends to work on another YouTube project that I'm working on, and y'all get to see that very soon. But we need to talk about the WSOP, what's been going on with the Hatter, give y'all an update of really where I've been. I ain't made some videos in a little bit, and this is one I know I wanted to do ever since the WSOP. For people that watch me also on TikTok, they knew going into the WSOP, honestly, being very candid, and I'm very candid about a lot of the stuff in my life, whether it's good or bad. If you watch the Hatter Chatter podcast, things weren't going great between real life events and just being a content creator and a poker ambassador. I started running into bad people, getting taken advantage of, and it was starting to weigh on me quite a bit. So I was a little burned out. I almost didn't go to the WSOP, but I had people that have been planning for a year to go and play the mini main event with me. So in this episode of Hatter Chatter, I'm gonna tell y'all not only how I did when I went to Vegas. We'll start with that. And then I'm gonna talk about the Hatter Army and how they did at the WSOP. And then at the end, I'm gonna tell y'all pretty much the eye-opening experience that I had at the WSOP and where we're moving forward from here. So let's go ahead and talk about how I did. I got there, I got into the mini main, I made it to level 13, and from level 8 to level 13, I was just card dead. I ended up getting it all in with Queen Jack suited. I was getting low. I think I was down to maybe 6 big blinds, maybe 5 big blinds, and that's how I end up busting. I'm gonna put the clip up here, I'm sure, of me busting and the hand I bust on. But overall, I was the year before, I think I busted level 9. I level 13 this time. Maybe next year, little teaser, maybe next year I can maybe cash. I mean, that's always been one of my goals. But the next day, after what I'll talk about, after I talk about how I did, after the events of the next day unfolded, me and my dude Turkey, we shoot over to Caesar's Palace. I told him that he wanted to play a little cash streets, and I did too. And I told him I wanted to jump into 2-5. I didn't want to play 1-3. I wanted to jump into 2-5. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, as soon as I sat down at the 2-5, and he can attest to this because he was there, witnessed it. Within the first probably hour I sun run, I ran it up to probably about 12 to 1500 instantly. So that's always good when you're starting a session. I want to say, and I wish I would have put it in my tracker so I know, but I know we probably started around 4 or 5 at the latest that day at that table, and I played till almost 5 a.m. And to be honest with y'all, in that time, after everybody left and I was down to the last 3 or 4 of us at the table and pretty much shut down the Caesar's poker room, a light bulb went off. How much I just love the game, and I allowed other outside aspects kind of ruin it for me. I love having the drinks and sitting at the table, the camaraderie, pulling the bluffs, getting caught with the bluffs, the conversations. I love every bit of it, y'all. So when I walk back from Caesar's Palace, of course, the tram, the monorail, all that is closed at that time of the morning. So I ended up doing a TikTok live, which was pretty interesting. If you were watching that, that was definitely interesting. You got to see some of the nighttime aspects of Vegas, some of the dangers, maybe people will say. But I ended up booking almost a $2,000 win right there, which is great. It made up for the last few times I've been on stream and got hit in the head when I did not play my best. So that was a blessing. So let's move on from me and how my trip went. Because of the cash game at Caesar's Palace, pretty much it paid for my whole trip. So it was almost a free trip for the Hatter. So let's move on to the more important things, and let's talk about the Hatter Army and how they did. Year 1, 2 years ago when we went to WSOP, I had 4 people. It was myself, Mr. Shoe, Jody, and Turkey, and Yucko. Yucko last year cash. So we had 4 and we had 1 cash. This year in total, there was 7 people that have been linked to me somehow that ended up going. Yucko and 2 of his buddies came and played. They busted about the same time I did, right around I think they busted between 10 and 13, 10 and 14 levels. So none of them cashed. I didn't cash. But let's talk about the other 3 people that were there. Other 4, sorry. 2X2L, almost forgot. He busted before me. I want to say he probably busted around level 7, but it was brutal, y'all. He ends up flopping, or he flops top set, turns a boat, and the guy ends up rivering a bigger boat. Just a brutal hand. I mean, that's one of them ones where it's hard to sleep the next day. I know he probably took it pretty rough. That's a tough way. You go to your first WSOP and you get rocked like that. I do want to say, last year I ran kings into aces. Little different. But the one thing I hope, like after the sting, and it's been a couple weeks, and I hope 2X2L watches this, because Jonathan is a great guy and loves the game. Things like that's going to happen, but you would rather go out like that than going out on a mistake you made. Think about that. You played the best you could play, and just bad luck. Variance got you. So definitely don't put your head down, pick your head up. There's always next year. I hope you come back for revenge, because I got 2 years of revenge I'm coming back for. So I do want to shout out Jonathan, 2X2L calling. Man, you did great. I wish you would have hung out a little bit longer, but I understand the sting of that defeat's pretty tough. You know, you boy, the Hatter's got your back no matter what. So let's talk about the other 3 that did end up cashing. I want to start off by talking about Froggy. If you've been watching my journey, you've seen the live stream. I met Froggy over 2 years ago. She is one of the sweetest souls I've ever met in my life. And after I talk about how they cashed, I'm going to kind of pull all this together for y'all. So me and her have talked about a lot of things. If anything, I would consider her an older sister, or even more like a mom figure. Like, there's been times that I had questions and she can give me good answers from a motherly standpoint, or, you know, like that type of figure. And I absolutely love Froggy. I think everybody that meets her would say the same thing. There's just something about her. And y'all, she is brutal on the poker tables, and she will stay and outplay everybody. But she ended up min cashing that night. And I want to tell y'all, when she min cashed, because I stayed in the building, when my people bust, I don't just go back to my room or go have drinks. I stay and I'm gonna root them on. That's what I'm about. I've always said it's bigger than me, and I'll continue to say that. It'll always be bigger than me. So I was in the building when the bubble bursted, and I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm almost getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. But when she cashed, like, the excitement I had was probably bigger than if I would have cashed. I'd be lying if I almost didn't tear up, y'all. I know that y'all can say whatever y'all want about me, but I teared up. I got emotional because I mean, me and her, she's followed my journey and been so supportive for so long, you know, and then you see her do this, and I knew how much it would mean to her, and it was amazing. So she ends up busting right before the end of the night, but she min cashes. Congratulations, Froggy. You know the Hatter loves you, always is here for you. Also, you're definitely someone special. I want you to know that. It's not just me that thinks this. Pretty much everybody you come in contact with loves you to death. You're just such an amazing soul. The next person I want to talk about is Suited Pairs, Matt. You've also seen him on the Jack's Best Bet live stream with me. He took a wallop at the live stream. He battled back. 2X2L. Matt went through a tough time after he had a rough trip on a live stream, but he bounced back, and he ends up going into day 2. And then probably about an hour into day 2, he gets kings, gets it in against an ace-X hand, and the guy binks an ace on the flop, and he ends his WSOP mini main. But just an amazing run, Suited. Man, I'm so proud of you, bro. I know you're a lot like me, working class dude. We're trying to, you know, we ain't broke, but we ain't we ain't ballers either. So it's always a gamble when we're out there gambling money. We never gamble with what we can't afford to lose, but you don't ever want to do it. But I'm super proud of you. I believe it is such a blessing that you did come and do it. because I think this is just, and I could be wrong, bro, but this is how I feel. You know, I'm always gonna be honest with you. You're always honest with me. That's how our brotherhood works. I believe that you going and seeing that you could do it in person, like it gave you that little bit of extra confidence that maybe you needed, and you know, moving forward, because you're gonna be great, bro. You're a great tournament player. You're definitely a way better tournament player than I will ever be, probably, honestly. But shout out to you. I'm super proud of you, man. And Ohio State sucks. Nah, just kidding, bro. I love you, bro, man. I'm very I'm thrilled that I was be able to be there and watch you cash. It meant a lot. So third, last, but definitely not least, is Turkey, aka the Turkey Puller. Anybody that's been watching my journey has seen this dude in and out of everything I do. Probably me and him parallel more than a lot of people. Last year he busted right before the bubble. I knew how much it hurt him. The ace-10 hand that I would joke with him about. And I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. When it comes to friends and stuff, if your friends ain't shooting at you and trying to cut you deep, and that's how we jug at each other, they probably really don't love you. When you're able to joke and jug at each other and everything, that's true love. Is it probably the best way to do it? No, but that's how we roll. Turkey understands what I'm saying right now. But he came back. He was out for revenge in the second year of the WSOP, and he got in pretty deep. It was probably, I think he made it another level and a half before he bust. But 3 cashes out of 7 people that I've come in contact with. Pretty amazing. Now, just think about that. You have all these people. I think it was like 6,000 people, and people close to me, 3 of them cashed. That's all. Sorry. That's awesome, y'all. That's awesome. I always said from the beginning, it's bigger than me. It's about a legacy. It's about me trying to help others. And as I start to transition into this last part before I cut this video and sum everything up, there's been quite a few people tell me, like, I would have never done that if it wasn't for you. And that means the world to me. When I was at the WSOP, I started to realize, like, how maybe I came off the course and got caught up in what was going on with me and being hurt and stuff like that from bad people. And I missed really what this is really about for me. You take Suited and Froggy. In the last calendar year, really less than that, in 6 months, they played on a YouTube live poker stream. They cashed the WSOP. If you're watching this, how many people do you know that have done them 2 things in 6 months? Went from not being, you know, grinders, professional poker players. I'm talking about recreational poker enthusiasts that went and did them 2 things. You ain't gonna find many. And that I had a small part in helping that happen fills my heart more than y'all ever know. To kind of transition, when I was in Vegas, I don't want to say who it was, me and him had a sit down. It was just me and him. We had a long conversation about life and just things going on and things we've been through and struggles. And while we were having that conversation, I made a comment to him. I said, why am I here? Why? And to be honest with y'all, that's what this is all about. This channel, the Hatter, it's all me trying to figure out my life, how I'm meeting all these people. And that's how I want to sum this up and tell y'all. Over this time, I've met so many people. A lot of great people. Forget the bad people and the scammers. Forget all that. I want to talk about the good people I meet. And a lot of times when I meet them, it's like they're there for a reason. And maybe in their eyes, maybe I'm coming to theirs for a reason. I don't know. But I know they're coming into my life for a reason. I just don't know why. Like, what was the chances of me meeting all these people? And am I leaving them better than if I would have never met them? Because that's something very important. That's that legacy I want to leave. There's people that I met for the first time, you know, that I just talked to on one of my social medias like TikTok or YouTube, or, you know, and I don't understand. In a way, I'm like amazed because so many things are going on and I can't explain it. I can't. But conversations are hitting me, and it's like, I feel like it's pushing me in a direction, like they're there for me as much as I'm there just to maybe bring a moment of joy or a couple of opportunities in the poker community or whatever it is. And I know I'm babbling because I don't really understand how to put all this together. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, y'all. But I do know everybody I talk to, they're coming in my life for a reason. I hope I'm leaving them better than when I met them. I hope that I'm helping their dreams come true. And I hope I can continue to make it grow, because I do feel like the things that I've done, I am making positives happen. I do feel like I'm making a difference. I'm leaving that legacy that was so important. And they're leaving a mark on me too. Just the other day, a guy sent me a message and he was kind of like talking to me something, and it was definitely not, he wasn't trying to be biblical to me, but he was just talking about, hey, maybe there's bigger things that are, you know, kind of controlling what's going on. And that's sort of how I feel. Now, do I understand it? No, y'all. I don't understand the why right now. Trust me. I'm 42 years old, and I thought I'd have life completely figured out, and every day it's a new one. I know that somehow I came up with this idea of the Hatter. The Mad Hatter was just a screen name, I thought, but it's really who I am. I never watched Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that, but knowing about the Hatter and going insane and crazy and doing all the wild and crazy stuff, that really is who I am. But also, he's always trying to save and help people, and that's who I am also. That does put me in danger, so I don't believe I chose the Mad Hatter no more, y'all. I think the Hatter chose me. So I'm going to continue to do me and bless as many people as I can. And if you love poker, or I'm going to be doing golf, this channel right here is going to have it's going to be a hodgepodge. I'm just going to show you all this amazing journey that I'm on, and really showcase the people that I come in contact with, because they're just as important about my story as I am. For all y'all that take the time to reach out to me, get to know me, have played poker with me, play golf with me, it don't matter. I appreciate y'all. Sometimes y'all say stuff and you may just say it with a grain of salt, but sometimes them words really help someone, and I think that's very important. I'm starting to believe everybody comes into someone's life for a reason, whether they're there for a week, a month, a year, or their entire life. But it's been an amazing journey. The journey's not over. I do want to say I have an idea. I don't quite know how to get it all together, but I'm working on it. And next year, WSOP 2025, I want us to have the biggest group they've ever seen at WSOP. If your dream is the WSOP and you're a good-hearted person, I don't care if you're just a working class guy working a 9 to 5. Recreational players is who I love. I work a full-time job, y'all. If I didn't, I would have a lot more time to make videos. You'd see me on here all the time. But I got a lot of irons in the fire, personal life, work, you know, trying to do some other things and living my life and trying to make memories, because that's what life's about, in my opinion. But if you're like me and your dream is the WSOP and experience, because I guarantee you'll probably see some comments down here when this video hits of the people that went there, and they'll tell you how great that experience is. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Just to see it is amazing. But if your dream is that, reach out to me. I will do everything in my power to help you, because that's what this Hatter Army is about, and I ain't the only one that'll help you. I got some good people around me that'll help support you, help you learn, make you better, make you stronger. And if you're just having a bad day, we're always there for you. It's amazing how social media and YouTube and all this works. Old Pekka over in Sweden, I still talk to him. Just think about that. 2 years ago, I met a young man from Sweden. I still talk to him. Maybe one day I'll get to Sweden, or he can get to Vegas. That'd be awesome, because he's moving up the list on the bucket list of people I need to meet before the Hatter's journey's over. So we gotta get that worked out. So everybody else that I speak to, y'all know who y'all are. I love all y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Go out there, spread a little positivity, keep the negativity away from y'all. See y'all next time.